Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 31 of Stationeers Venus, which originally aired live on Twitch. How's my gas doing? Okay. Alright, well, what can I do then? Furnace. A regular old furnace, 10 copper. So this is going to have to be a furnace fed with volatiles. Nope, skip that song. Are you still smelting? Yeah, I guess it is. Because, yeah, we're going to need to do a batch of steel. And I might want to have it be a rather large batch because a lot of this project is going to require steel. Some pretty weird music, huh? World music with Rhadamant on Venus. Strange stuff. The oxygen tank pressure regulator can be turned off. 9,000 kPa exactly. And that's 9,000 in 27 Celsius. That's actually, I should lower that a bit, because if I go outside with a tank that full, it will explode on me. So I'm going to fill to 5,000 instead. And let's flush that oxygen back into the tank. Because I don't want a bomb on my back. Alright, so here's my furnace. If I'm setting up this furnace, I'm going to need 5 iron sheets. Or 4 iron sheets, rather. I think there's 1 iron sheet in my trader there, so let's make 3 iron sheets. And I'll reclaim that one. And then we're going to need some pipes and stuff like that. $6,500 hasn't blown up for you? Yeah, I'm sure I could get away with 6,500. I'm just good. 5K is fine. I frequent to be inside the base enough that it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, and this is 54 whatever. It went over, but I don't care. All right, crowbar. Let's get you removed. Then for the rest of this furnace, for a batch of steel, I'm going to need a way to use an oxygen tank to feed it. It's going to be oxygen tank fed. Yeah, and I'm not going to put this furnace inside because hot. Put the electrum away. Okay, there's no way that you're actually smelting. I should have programmed this. Oh, what the hell? There's a bar outside? Excuse me? Chutes sometimes don't work. Yeah, I don't really rely on chutes most of the time because they don't work. Viper, thanks for the bits. It's a Houdini bar. Seems like it. All right, let's start constructing this and then do the rest. Did I leave this on? No, I didn't. Crud. Never mind. I can't construct the rest because I turned off my trader. All right. Wind turbines. What's the plan? You'll find out. I haven't really shared the full plan. The question was, what's the plan for the advanced furnace? I'm going to explain as I go so that it's referenced. So if I explained all at once now, it would be confusing without having a visual aid to pair with the explanation. All right, there's all the wind turbines. Let's get them wired up. These wind turbines are not the fault of the Texan power shortage, by the way. Totally bogus. I saw a tweet that was really funny about that, which was that the Arctic research stations rely on wind power because obviously the wind is pretty vicious in Antarctica. So there is no way that there's no way that the quote-unquote wind turbines froze up, which caused the power shortage that Texas experienced during their storms, because that's total baloney. Which I found funny. So it's like, yeah, the Arctic stations do use a lot of wind. All right, I'm going to need more cables. Like 5 more heavy watt cables. And then we're going to want to turn that trader on so I can actually make this furnace. Ooh, is that furnace too... Yeah, whatever. It's not too close. No, it is too close. Too close to the wall. It'll come out a little bit. For more space. Yeah, the Arctic stations do have, I'm sure, wind that can survive in colder temperatures, but the wind was not to blame for the blizzard and the power shortages. It was a deregulated power grid, which was obviously to blame. Venus does not stay at constant temp. It's much cooler in the night than it is during the day. This is not true Venus, of course. True Venus has like 200 Earth days of day, 200 Earth days of night. It barely rotates. Venus rotates like 4 miles an hour. So this isn't like quote unquote real Venus. It's just fake Venus, because real Venus would not be survivable with Stationeers physics. You would just die. So thankfully they didn't make it to be real Venus. Oh, I never got that that copper bar that got glitched into the nowhere. Where is my copper anyway? Yeah, the president of Norway called foul on that. Anyone could call foul on that. It was just misdirection. It's like, don't blame the thing that works perfectly for your power shortages. Blame the fact that you designed a power grid that has no redundancies and doesn't connect to any of your neighbors, so as in times of crisis, you can't actually rely upon it. That is your problem. That's the same reason why I keep exploding. I didn't build it to spec, I don't have redundancies, and it blows up in my face. Alright, that's probably enough heavy cables. And I turned on the trader so we could finish the furnace. Let's set this up. Venus temp was constant, someone commented. Don't read the comments. The comments are always bull, unfortunately. The amount of wrong information that you find on the forums, the wiki, even the in-game Stationpedia here. What, there's like a factions. Interesting. No idea what that is. That's with the new Rocketeer patch. I haven't even looked at that, so I can't even comment about the Rocketeer stuff. So if you're wondering what that was, I don't know. And because it has nothing to do with what I'm currently working on, I also don't care. Alright, so now all these wind turbines are wired up. Not spinning very much, but they're wired up. Let's go get that one iron to finish off the furnace. I should have never removed this. So we're gonna do a volatile fed furnace. How many moles do I need to get? I'm trying to think. So what I'm gonna need? I'm gonna need a volume pump, a tank canister, a few pipes. And I didn't grab the Houdini bar yet again, I know. I don't need it yet, so I can sit there. I'm just working on one project at a time. The problem is, every time anyone has input like that, and I kept chasing the input, it would be like a cat chasing its tail. You would get so very little done if I cared about each and every little whatever the hell that doesn't matter, right? Am I resource limited on copper right now? No, I am not. So, hence, that copper bar is of not significant concern. Because I have enough copper to crank... Oh, and I have a full stack of 50 right here. All the more reason not to care about the Houdini bar. It will be gotten eventually. Alright, so I needed the canister housing. Where's my iron? Here it is. Canister storage. So I need to push I'm trying to think of how much the physical volume of that's enough. The physical volume of oxygen that I need to push. Because what I should probably do is set up this canister to really only have the amount of oxygen that I need to push. So let's do a 6 and 3 works for steel, right, Burrow? Like a 3 oxide of oxygen. Absolutely not. Yeah, so 66 moles of oxygen should be enough to get the furnace lit for combustion. In other words. Oops. So what I need to do is I need to figure out... Ouch. Game just crashed. This is about twice as much, so we're gonna flush this back into our oxy tank. And set this here to about 2,500. What is downstairs? It's a furnace project in the, in the process. All right. So this is not 2,500 because my pressure regulator is stupid, and that's too high. Yo, pressure regulator. How about you actually regulate pressure? All right, off. 52 moles, so a little bit more than that. Yeah, there might have been excess in the pipe, sure. And we're getting it now. Yeah, because I had it at 9K. I know it's ultimately my fault. I realize. I think 2,500 is about what we'll want. Let's go get the pipes from downstairs, because we're going to want some of them. And then I'm going to need to mine up... I'll probably want to do a rather large batch, so I'm going to want to mine up some significant amounts of resources. So this is 64. That's going to have to be close enough. That's 2 moles short. Let's have it be perfect. $67. All right, perfect. Good. All right. There's my oxy tank. I'm going to stick that here. So that's going to be for the combustion to make steel. So yeah, what I'm going to do is... Yeah, I'm putting in some buffer. That's exactly what I'm doing, because I'll be cutting my volatiles stack in half in my vacuum room so it doesn't melt, and adjusting it so that it works perfectly. But I'm also not doing a standard 200 steel. I'll probably do 400 steel. I'm going to do a huge thing of steel because I know I'm going to need it. So I've got most of what I need for that project. Is this really still smelting? Maybe everything's going into the Houdini stack. Yeah, I heard clicking. I should have set this up differently, so it just, like, was more automated. What else can I work on then? Honestly, not... I'll sell these doors. Surprisingly, I can't work on much. An active vent will work, though. So, let's set up the pipes for this. I'm trying to think of the most effective way to do the piping. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of radiators, hence the steel. So let's print up a bunch of pipes, and I'll get that set up. If I have fast hands, I could split one. I know I can split one like that, but they melt so quickly. I'm not going to rely on that method, as it's not reliable at all. Pipe. Hey, Toku. Lurking and working. Cheers, man. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to need a lot of pipes for this project. Oh boy, so many. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to have a ton of radiators equalizing the heat between the chamber and the chamber and everything else. It's going to be a large 3 rows is probably good. A large project, in other words, so that I can't blame the lack of radiators, and this has already been tried and tested, so that should be no issue. And it's going to be a 1x2 cube. So it's 4 meters high, 2 meters deep and long. Ooh, look at this. A call for a stacker. But I'm not going to have a stacker. Did my gold ever come out of... No, I don't think it has yet. And then I'm also going to put... so all of this area here is going to be basically piping for radiator purposes. And I'm not really going to worry about the aesthetics or the color of these pipes. Those are not going to be... Just efficiency, function completely and utterly is the really the only concern here. So you can kind of see the design. And then the rest of the chamber is going to be surrounded by space heaters. A lot of space heaters. And then it's going to need some venting and stuff like that as well. There, let me slow down on the pipes. Make them on demand. Yeah, you could replicate this anywhere you want, no problem. There will be some slight changes, of course, which will be apparent later because I'm going to sip. I'm going to design it so that it sips Venus atmosphere at its azimuth, at its peak temperatures. And on Mars, that won't really matter because on Mars... but on Mars, I forget the atmo mix on Mars. Because you want to make sure not to have an explosive atmosphere mix, too. And I don't have that in the top of my head. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 15 more pipes. At least. So many space heaters. Yep. You got it. That's exactly the plan. Oh, uranium is a fantastic source of X. Interesting. Hey, buddy. What's going on, buddy? Chat wants me to pet you. Can't really see him, can you? I'll try to fix that. Now, you can kind of... I need to fix my green screen so it covers the back wall a little bit better. All right, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this looks like some sort of stalagmite. And then another thing I'm going to need is a few insulated pipes to feed from Atmo, like I said. And honestly, I might need to remove some of these just so I can move around and set up my space heaters. But at least I have exactly as many pipes as I'm going to need. So I think what I'm going to work on right now is... What's the temp out? Yeah, I'm going to go outside and start working towards... setting up for coal and steel. Don't forget the pipes I need for the outdoor furnace. Yep, I don't have them on me right now, but I will. I'm just going to do the mining I need to do first. Except for I have an inventory full of stuff that would have been best. Well, I could stuff it into my vending machine. Heat transfer through windows and walls is 0. They are perfect insulators. Are the wind turbines hooked up now? They are. They're hooked up and powering stuff. So I'm going to want 100 coal and 400 iron. For a rather large batch of steel. And that should be enough steel to finish this project, I hope. But I will leave the furnace... Ooh, hello, ice. I will leave the furnace in place just in case I need to do another batch. Isn't it? Oh, yeah, it is a 3-to-1. So I'll need, what did I say, 400? I meant 600. Whatever. 2 to 6, yeah. Does the ice melt? It would if I mined it all up into, you know, if I mined it and left it on the surface. Oh, crud. Well, at least I was right next to the base. All right, we're going to see how much power I'm generating in a second. Actually, we might not even see how much power I'm generating because I don't need to, like, my batteries are full. Now to see if the solar panels are protected, they are. I actually don't even need to confirm that, sadly. I know that they are. Turn on all machines. I don't really have any machines that do significant power draw. Does this build account for Waspaloid? Yes. It does. High pressure, low temp. It's actually the easiest thing that this thing can make, I think. I could reassemble the battery, yeah, I guess. It feels bad, but alright. For science. Have my autosaves been saving? Last autosave was a minute ago? Okay, I guess they have. Oh, you know what? No, I can't do that because there's no frames underneath this battery, so I would not be able to reinstall it. Because batteries require frames. I mean, oh, potential. 73 kilowatts of potential wind. I'm not using it, obviously, but I could potentially generate 73.6 kilowatts of power. That's a bit of power, yeah. What's funny is you can't even see the wind turbines. They're just gone. They're somewhere behind my soy. Oh, wow, that's over. All right, and then now as you can see, 3 kilowatts. 4, if you're rounding, because it was pretty close to 4. So a bit different. Let's turn this on. Oh, that is on. Large station batteries? You mean the ones I already have? Part of the reason I'm making steel is for more battery storage. For the furnace. The furnace is probably going to require, I don't know, 3 or 4 large, the double tall batteries worth of storage. And I'm probably going to move the batteries down into the basement for that reason. But let me get back to my mining. Never enough batteries? Yeah, absolutely. I could turn on the beacon, but since we just had a storm... well, okay. Nothing to smelt. I feel like I lost gold. Do you guys recall... Oh, wow. This copper got damaged in the storm. See the damage? Storm damage copper. Oh, if you were wondering about the solar panels, here, before I get, before I get too sidetracked, put this away. Pop 1. Solar panel dual is not damaged. As you can see, not touched at all. Okay. Back to mining. Oops, wrong belt. What the? Why would you start a new stack? All right, that's all the coal I need. Now we're just gonna go after iron. Yay for protective engineering. Yeah, I mean, one of the beautiful things about changing the design was I got all these wall and window materials back. Okay, that song sucks. Hope my DJing is appreciated. Basically, I just have a giant list of DMCA copyright safe for YouTube playlist up, uncurated, because that's how I roll. And I don't. I've just put in the I put in the parameters of like attribution not required and ambient, so it's just like YouTube's ambient library that doesn't require attribution. Those are the only parameters that I have, for better or for worse. So once my belt fills with iron, I'm done. Does encasing the solar panels, yeah, it does lower the efficiency, but it's worth it. Also, given the really high cost of the heavy solar panels, like if you can afford heavy solar panels, all right, go heavy, whatever. But heavy solar panels cost like Astroloy, maybe? I forget what they cost off the top of my head, but they cost something that is expensive, which is why I would rather just use the slightly lower efficiency and just add more. You know, it's sort of the old adage of like, you know, if a cheap way works, why do expensively? Heavy cost tier 2 alloys, yeah. Forget about it. So we have 100, 200, almost 300. Closing in on 3. And then I'll need to split my volatiles in my vacuum chamber to be safe. All right, we're good. Have everything we need, ore-wise. Hello, little beacon. I'll leave it on until I'm inside. Yeah, they are stupidly expensive, I agree. Small wind turbines and lots of batteries are the way to go. I agree on that too. The small wind turbines are very, very, very inexpensive and a lot of bang for the buck. A lot of bang for the buck. Oh, more strange Southeast Asian music. Oh, here we are. Sorry. Have my back turned. All right, right click. Split half. In the vacuum where I'm at, it won't melt. That's why I'm in here. So I can manipulate the volatiles here, and they just won't melt because there's no atmosphere to melt them. Ices don't melt under freezing temperatures or in vacuum, so we don't have to worry. Those weren't hot radiators. Those were frozen radiators. The radiators have probably negative 100 Celsius X in them. So those radiators are pretty chilly. Does color in vacuum affect energy? Color? No, color doesn't matter in this game at all. So like paint something white, paint something black, game doesn't care. Unfortunately, I don't have the pipes I need, so we'll go get those real quick. Yeah, color has no bearing in this game in terms of albedo effects. I'm coming back out. The beacon's going to be turned off. Sweater says, thanks for the follow, and cheers. And Glenn, 37 minutes ago, if you're still here. I missed that. Glenn Fiddick. Or Glenn 1369. Alright, so I only need a few pipes. Four is probably enough. Yeah, the color's only to remind me what's in the pipes. It's organizational. You know, if my Mars base on YouTube, you know, I had color-coded everything. So I had like, oh, you know, my atmospherics battery is green and the cables are green, you know, stuff like that. Or not atmospherics, my hydroponics, and, you know, everything was color-coded so that I could, at a quick glance, know what things were. That kind of organization and design is pretty essential in this game, I'd have to say. What is this music? It's like Gregorian chanting. Okay. I'll leave it on. I'm intrigued. It really is Gregorian chanting. Like, I'm not wrong. It's just so weird. All right, so we're gonna have a volume pump. Volume pumps can't be right up against these, right? No, they can't. So I'm gonna move things around yet again, and I know I'm cooking my butt here. I just made it too close to the wall yet again. There, that's plenty of space. Right, the input pipe, the volume pump. So the volume pump will act as a way to ensure that the all of the oxygen gets pushed in to the furnace. All right, it's too hot. Let me go inside. I could survive it. It's just burning through my ox tank and my my battery. He's eating dinner. He, contrary to popular belief, is not animatronic and does require sustenance. I know, a surprise to everybody here, but that, yeah, is true. Hey, rest in peace. He's just getting his batteries recharged. All right, now that copper is indistinguishable from the copper that did not get destroyed. I feel like this chute system ate gold of mine though, or maybe I got the gold. I don't know. Should I farm? I don't know. I don't even want to farm. I should hobble this though. The ice crusher comes with a bug, and I'm just not gonna touch it. Well, no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna hobble it because ice crushers are dangerous, yo. They explode. Maybe that could have been, that actually might have been fixed in the rocketry update that just went through. But I, for one, am not taking that chance, and I'd rather hobble it. So I'm just going to install the pipes that this uses here so that I can, I can store them for free. You didn't see it in the patch notes? Yeah, I didn't either, but the patch notes might not have been complete. I don't know. Maybe not. Potential 12 kilowatts. So those wind turbines are cranking, those large ones. They're really, really nice. And let's do some atmosphere analysis. Nice. My kilomoles gone up more, even though I pulled 60-something moles out. Finger guns. That's very kind of you. What's the occasion? Saying that they just spent a ridiculous amount of money on flowers. I can tell you that my SO doesn't have that kind of affinity for flowers, thankfully. She likes a few flowers around the house, but not like an overabundance. All right, so one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up an activent here. This activent is going to vacuum out this chamber when it's time to roll. Can melt ice in furnace? Yes. Ice melt can in furnace. I saw a tweet today. What do you put in my README files? 2D, write README file. Sounds accurate. Hey, buddy. Hey, what's up? Yoink. The animatronic returns. All right, suit battery. Let's swap that out. So this here. Yeah, let me start setting things up where they're going to be. I'm going to want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 walls. If I even have the steel. Yeah, I barely do. Does having water pipes touching the glass ceiling cause the issue? Maybe. I could certainly get rid of those. It's a 50-50. That is basically the bug. The bug is essentially... Oh, thanks, Finger Guns, for the resub. The bug is essentially like when you stick things in that kind of situation, it's sort of random whether the bug is going to happen or not, as far as I can tell. It like sort of picks a side for it to exist, so it could exist indoors, it could exist outdoors, in other words. And therein lies the bug. So it would be wise for me to remove that pipe. So let's do that. Now I'm staring at it. I have to do this very cautiously. Oh, actually, this is my farming pipe. Yeah. That's... Well, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to have to replace it. So it's going to hang... It's going to hang low, like this. So as to avoid the bug. Whoa, I gotta be really careful what I wrench here, because I could wrench the frame and, you know, kaboom! I would die. Well, not die, but I would have to save scum. And even, I would say, attaching this to the frame itself could trigger the bug. I like how my battery amount is just totally going to get, it's still there. We can still see it. We're good. Alright, so that's the... Okay, this goes back. The same could be true said... No, actually, so this purple pipe here, which is the gas pipe, stays inside the base. And now the water does too. Ugly, but it does. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, so my coolant is negative 30 something C. All right, let's put these walls down and then return to the steel. Oops. There. So that's where the walls are going to go. So it's like it's a furnace that's going to be built into a 1x4 by 1. I just actually had an autosave, but I'll do proper saves just in case. Venus. What are we? 3 now? Yeah, the bug is only for walls and windows that border the outside, like the water that was here. So that water was in danger of being heated by Venus during the daytime. But not anymore. Not anymore, Satan. Let's see. Swapping batteries around. And going outside. I'm going to take a step outside and it's just going to kick up a storm, isn't it? So much has changed, Silvertails? Yes, it has. A lot has changed. A bigger, better base. Hi, buddy. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Do I have the parts? I do. I do have the parts. So here is the pipe corner. And then we've got the canister storage. We've got the canister itself. This goes to input. We have the cables and a wire cutter. I'm never really certain. I think if I had atmosphere in it, it would be better to process the materials first. But considering the furnace is a vacuum, is it best to put the reagents in first or not? Do you guys know off the top of your heads? Like pre-melt or not? All right, so the volume pump is ready to go. The tablet reads... Yep. All the oxygen's ready to go. Switching the belts. Yeah, I need some gas in there first. And then for it to process, and then the hot fuel. So I'm going to cannibalize a system so I don't have to go inside. Actually, well, I'll also need to... I'll need another vent. Yeah, I'm not quite ready. I need more pipes. I need a pipe with a volume pump to lead to this. So, more pipes, and then I need a vent for input. We'll get it. We'll get it. We're almost ready. It's just, I want to prime the... So, a furnace with nothing in it, no gas in it, can't process reagents. so it can't melt things down ready to go. So it's best to have a preheated furnace a little bit before you add your gas. So that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. So I'm gonna need an active vent, a handful of pipes, and a volume pump. I have an active vent downstairs that I can just scavenge. Well, I'll leave that one there. Let's not rip that out of the... Alright, active vent. Sounds like a lot of stuff. Hey, Squeaky. How's it going? The active vent is for something different than the volume pump, by the way. You'll see. The active vent is going to be used to prime the system. Actually, I could uninstall it and then reinstall it. But active vents don't really work pushing air out beyond 100 kPa, but they can suck air in beyond 100 kPa. So active vents are really good at pulling air out, but not removing air from into a pressurized environment. Active vents won't push air beyond 101, I believe, kPa. So, yeah. What's my current mission? Oh, you know what? My current project. Well, actually, it's on the screen. It's just left over from weeks ago. Electric automated furnace. But more realistically, right now I'm working on making a batch of steel for the furnace. You know, egg before the chicken. Something like that. And yeah, I do have VODs on you. Well, I also have VODs here on Twitch that you can catch up to as well. You know, there's a lot of different ways to catch up. So here's what I wanted to do: is set it up like this. So I'll use this passive vent that's here as a. This passive vent was already sort of my gas ejection vent that I was pushing unwanted gas out of. Fart. But a fart joke needed to be made, and I made one. Alright, so there it's a volume pump to get rid of the unwanted gas. And then I need an active vent to prime the thing. To pull in air. There's no frame here. Oh, phooey. Well, this is... Am I going to have like one too few pipes? Here, I could put it here. And in hilarious fashion, I have one too few pipes. A passive vent should be enough to start. You're right. It should. I'm just going to set this up so that I can... Yeah, even a passive vent would work. The thing is, a passive vent can't be turned off. So that's why I don't want a passive vent, because once I heat up the reagents... I guess I could uninstall the passive vent, but once I heat up the reagents, I don't want atmospheric gas leaking into the furnace anymore, because I'll add a little gas to the furnace, heat up all the reagents that I need melted, remove all the gas from the furnace with the reagents primed for smelting, and then do the burn. And I want to set it up so that I don't have to like cannibalize it every time I want to build it. You know what I mean? Design it once so that it can make steel next time without me having to like tinker with it like some sort of Russian mechanic working on World War II tanks. Measure once, cut twice. I just installed curtains in my house, and I was removing some old curtain rods that the last owner had installed, and like shuddered how poorly they did it. It was it was so bad. So bad. All right, so now that's enough air in the furnace. Now the furnace technically isn't vacuum, and it can process stuff, right? So we will start processing while it becomes daytime. It's been a lengthy project. So now we'll actually process the hydrocarbons and the iron. And then once everything that I want processed is processed, I'll vacuum it out, and then we'll get ready for the actual run. So, come on, faster. And keeping in mind, to all you Stationeers newbies, it has to be the perfect ratio. Anything off of perfect ratio, and you get reagent that you would need to centrifuge spin to be fixed. Do not put in the incorrect amount, or you'll be sorry. So, 3 to 1. It's 3 to 1. Now at this point, yeah, I don't have that wired up. The volume pump, oops, hello wire cutters. The volume pump now to be able to vacuum out what was in there, which is a little unnecessary given the tiny volume of gas that I put in, but even that tiny volume of gas will interfere with a combustion, albeit a tiny amount. No, it outgassed pretty good. There was like 3 MPa of pressure in there. All right, going inside though. We'll have to finish this off later because it's gonna get hot. And I have my volatiles and my oxygen all set. That oxygen tank at only 2600 kPa. The centrifuge is dumb and eats some materials and spits out. And sometimes it spits out things in fractional amounts. Sometimes it spits out like infinite amounts of stuff. I don't know if that bug's ever been fixed, but like I've definitely used the centrifuge before, where it's just like an infinite product creator. Oh, I just realized my green screen's wrong. There we go. Let's see if I can't get a cuter streamer here. Hold on. She has been summoned. What's funny is the coal and iron that I have left over is in the right ratio. I could also throw that in to process. Another issue that I'm going to have is these volume pumps require a lot of power. And I just left it on. Oh well. Tusk! Tusk has got better things going on. Apparently. So, down here. Let's set up the insulated... Pet Yoda. I can pet Yoda. Yoda has no choice. He has nowhere to go. He has nowhere to go. Oh, you're redeeming that for Tusk? Oh, man. Hold on. Trying to mute my mic so you don't have to hear me yelling at her. Come on, Tusk, Tusk. Oh, there she is. Thank you for watching episode 31 of Stationeers Venus, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you would like to leave some feedback in the comments below, keep in mind that there's, well, a ton of hours left to air of the Twitch series. If you'd like to catch a Twitch stream, Rhadamant.com has all the information you need. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next episode.